Okay, so we're going to test Forza Horizon 5 on my Legion 5 laptop. This is a 2025 model. It has an RTX 5070, obviously up there, and it has the AMD 350, so it's a pretty modest laptop. It's able to supply essentially full watts to the GPU, 100-ish watts or so, depending on what the CPU is up to. So that's good. I mean, you can add more watts to a 5070, but it won't do anything. You might get like 1%. So consider this basically full watts performance. It's totally fine. CPU is fine. It's up to the task of 5070. It's not a beast, but it's up to the task. And I have a ton of RAM, so that's not going to be a problem. What I am suspecting we are going to run into an issue here is VRAM. So you can see here, you know, we're at 5.6 basically, 5.7 around. We'll get to 8 pretty quick. We'll put it that way. And that's one of the nice things about Lenovo releasing this laptop and a bunch of other ones with the 5070 12GB and other brands, of course, too, finally admitting that they're doing that. So, you know, this laptop here, we are going to be limited by VRAM. We're going to hit a performance level where the VRAM is too low and our frames go down when the GPU actually has more to give, just so you know. So we'll come in here and we will get started. So we'll do 1600p to start there. You can see here, no upscaling, anything like that. Graphics on high with ray tracing. And so it's going to have really good performance. So this is High+RT with no scaling, right? So it's very good performance. The 5070 is no slouch. It is a very good GPU. It's just, the problem is, you know, we're going to hit a point where, again, it has more to give, and we might hit a VRAM limit. But at this point, you can see it's running excellent. We'll turn it up and do other things as well, but I just want to get a little bit of a baseline here. You can see that's good. Good enough lows, 31 and 65, that's not bad. Average is obviously around 80, that's very good. CPU is fine, GPU power is fine. Okay, now I'm going to go into different performance mode. Watch the GPU watts drop. So we're down to just 75-ish watts. It'll bounce around a little bit. But you can see there we did lose some performance, but it's still quite good. Right, just a few frames. That's one of the benefits of ADA, which is 4,000 GPU, NVIDIA GPUs, and Blackwell, which is 5,000, which we're using here, is the efficiency. Everyone in the past who was from the Ampere generation or before, you know, RTX 3070, they're like, oh, how many watts is that GPU? Because it actually mattered back then, right? It mattered a lot. If you had more watts, you typically got almost a linear scaling in performance. We don't have that problem anymore. So I still get people who are like, yeah, but it's only running at 95 watts or 85 watts. And it's like, okay, so you lost 1 frame or 2 frames. That's one of the benefits of these GPUs. They are efficient, meaning they make more sense in these laptops. And as you can see, we lost 25% performance, sorry, 25% watts, and we lost 3 frames. So we'll go down here to silent, and we'll see, you know, now we're going to see a bit of a performance drop, and that's okay. We're down to silent mode. Look at the GPU now. Now we're down around 55. It should sit around there. So we're down a solid 40 watts, which is, 35% power drop. And what did we lose? 10 frames. So we lost maybe 12% performance and using 35% less power. That's called efficiency. That's the definition of efficiency, right? It doesn't just like, oh, I added 1 watt, so I added 1 frame. No, it doesn't work that way. So this is very good. You're getting 60 FPS gameplay on silent mode with High+RT. No scaling. And look. The laptop is barely perceptible in terms of audio. So very good, obviously. Let's do some other settings here. So we'll go back up. Now we know we can run in performance mode and silent mode and whatever. Let's put it on balanced, which is a respectable amount. It doesn't give you as much performance as you think. And I've been noticing this kind of weirdness with DLSS in this game. Right, we're at 88, 85 FPS with DLSS. And look at the watts. They actually drop down on the GPU. Okay, we'll go all the way up to performance here. 92, 93. So like, you know, our watts are a little lower, but it's okay. I mean, we're at 95, now we're at 90. It won't really make a big difference. Let's check our frame rates here. Okay, so there we go. Now we're at about 100-ish FPS with scaling. The lows are worse though, which is funny. Let's reset that again. We'll do another pass by this area. We'll go into the city in a minute. But there's a lot going on out here. I want like big spaces. I have not played this game enough. I've just been benchmarking it to know like what are the worst areas, what are the best areas. But generally I see worse performance out here than in the city. So that's not bad. Around 100-ish on average. Just bouncing around a fair bit, but it's okay. And the lows are good. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're going to turn the settings up. We're going to try to turn the settings up. So we're going to turn that scaling back off here. So we know we can do HD, we know we can do RT high without any problems. Let's try, we know high is going to work, obviously. We'll just do it for like half a second, just to show. This, I'm not even going to throw it on the screen. Let's just high. Native high. If you don't care about RT, which you probably should in this game, because it actually looks pretty good, and it's not that taxing. But, I mean, look at the performance now. This is just high straight up. And you're over 100 FPS. No scaling. We'll flip into that silent mode again. Now you're at, instead of being at 60, you're at 80 to 90. Just by turning off the RT. But, I mean, you might as well use the RT. You have the VRAM to do that, at least. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to come in here. I'm going to show you some stuff now. And this is where we're going to start to run into problems. This is running amazing, obviously. We're going to go Ultra. I think we'll be okay with Ultra. I do not foresee any problems here. We're going to put it back into performance mode. Okay, VRAM is okay. We're getting pretty close, though. And we might see some lot drops because it says 7.6, but that's never like an accurate representation. I suspect, based on my testing, I did some testing last night, and then I was like, you know what, let's go sleep and come back with fresh eyes and make sure that I'm looking at this properly. And Ultra, I think there might be some VRAM issues, maybe, because we do get pretty bad lows here and there. But it may not be. It could just be a raw performance thing. I don't think so, because if you throw on some, look, see that low there, down to 12? It's a bit of a drop. DLSS. Now DLSS does not seem to affect some games. When you use DLSS scaling, it will actually bring down your VRAM requirements, and some games it does not. Look at the weird performance now. And this is what I noticed last night, and I was like, something's weird here. I was like, why is DLSS when we have a when we're using high VRAM, it doesn't work? And this is what it is. So I have used this enough. I talked to some people on Discord, and I was like, we were talking about the different systems and that. And I just wanted to corroborate my results. This is a VRAM issue. This is a VRAM issue. Because the performance is not going up when we use DLSS. DLSS does not affect VRAM usage in this game. Does not affect VRAM usage in this game. It actually can potentially increase VRAM usage, technically. So, it doesn't matter what that says. This is a VRAM problem. We did not see any performance increase at all. We changed the resolution. This should be way easier to run. We should see a huge performance bump. So there's either one of two things happening. Either it's a VRAM issue, or it's a driver bug. And I don't know. I don't think it's a driver bug, because other systems with higher VRAM don't have this problem. But it could be. I don't know. I have not tested enough NVIDIA GPUs in this game yet to know that. Okay, so I believe we're hitting VRAM issues with Ultra. I think so. And another thing that I did last night is I did this. So I went to high, like that. Let's just save that, just so I do this properly. And there'll be a huge performance bump, obviously, here. Now what I did is I came in here and I turned up some stuff. So I turned up the car stuff. I left the environment down because that seems to really affect VRAM, like a lot. This, obviously, it makes sense, environmental textures. That should affect VRAM. But what then I did is I turned up this kind of stuff here. Right. What I wanted to do, I wanted to make the car look really good. So I turned the car up. I'll actually go more higher. To like that. So extreme car. We're calling this high with extreme car. If that makes sense. So we're not going to be loading in boatloads of textures into the environment, but we are going to make the car look better. And the VRAM is fine, right? It's way down now. I don't know if that's exactly, it's not directly correct, but 6.3 is definitely under 8 gigabytes. And the performance has skyrocketed, right? You can see that there. Very good. Now one more thing. Now we'll come in here. DLSS. We can go balance performance, doesn't matter. See, now the performance is actually up. It's not, DLSS doesn't seem to be doing as much as I would hope it did. Some games you throw on DLSS and your performance is up by like 40%. But this is up. Like the lows are up too with DLSS. It is performing better. because we're not hitting a VRAM bottleneck anymore. So there actually is a performance benefit to using DLSS at this setting, right? So I've turned the car up. Everything else is on high, but the car is turned way up just so it looks better, basically, is what we did here. Because, I mean, you are going to be looking at the car a lot, to be honest. Like, it's right in front of you. It's a racing game. I mean, you're going to be moving quick, but that is something that you actually would be looking at, potentially, whilst driving. Okay, moving on. So, let's turn things up really high now. Clearly, we have the performance to run Ultra for sure, because like there was frames, high frames. It's just the lows were really bad. So let's just go with extreme straight up. I'm going to show you what happens when you go extreme. It just doesn't work. It's actually going to threaten us. It just kicks out, right? You can't do. I closed down, I went into Windows and I found every little program that I could close other than MSI Afterburner. There was a couple things open. I was like, can we bring this VRAM down with like other programs opened? And I managed to, I just closed everything I could find. So I don't have anything open on Windows. So if you have Windows, like if you have Windows installed when you're using Windows and you have some other stuff open, it is not happy to have Extreme. It's just like, nope, VRAM, VRAM, VRAM. I went through like Task Manager, just killed off everything other than MSI Afterburner and that because I need it for the data in the corner. So you can do Extreme. You just, oh, see the drop there? It probably loaded in something and it was just like texture streaming. So it's a little rough with Extreme, but you can get it done as long as you don't have anything else open. So if you're like, if you leave Windows open and you have games going on, potentially something else is going to pull some video memory and it's just going to freak out. Okay, now let's try DLSS now. So it's a mixed bag here. Oh, the DLSS was actually on there. I didn't even realize. Let's turn it off. Let's see what happens. Extreme, I think, is just going to be unplayable. So it is a bit of a mixed bag here where the GPU has the performance to do pretty well in many cases, but the VRAM will be an issue. Here's Extreme. Now, it says that it's giving us 41. It looks really weird. May not pick it up camera, but it's like there's like a sparkling, like flickering texture everywhere. All these lines are extremely unstable. Let's see if I stop. Even that, like they are moving now and I'm not moving. Right? Any movement and they are just like blah, 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 blah. And it feels super laggy, super laggy. It feels like crap. You might be able to see it on camera, but it feels terrible. So you do actually need, if you want to play Extreme, you need DLSS. You have to use DLSS. And that's not I believe that it has to be VRAM or something's going on there. Because it feels weird. Like it says it's giving us 45, but it does not feel like 45 at all. It feels quite terrible. So let's try like turning this way up now on Extreme. Now I do suspect if you get the 12 gigabyte version of this, look, see, that's performance scaling. It didn't do anything. It's actually worse. Low video memory. Do you see that pop up? So you can't do Extreme. Not on an 8 gigabyte GPU. You can't do it. Not at 1600p. And this is backed by Hardware Unboxed. They already did like their GPU benchmarks, and 8 gigabyte GPUs cannot run this game at Extreme. Just so you know, I'm just proving that live because I do my videos different than they have like bar charts and they talk about it. I'm showing you on one singular device rather than a bunch of devices how they do it. It's just a totally different approach. I mean, we have performance scaling. It's just terrible. So you're locked to Ultra. Put it that way. Extreme is out of the question. It is out of the question on this GPU. Not because of performance, but because of VRAM. It just doesn't have enough VRAM. So just a native experience. High-RT, turned up the car a little bit there to make it feel better. And no scaling, nothing like that. We're just going to play. Because now I've discovered that's how you should play this game on this laptop. 8 gigabyte GPUs, if you have a 5060, if you have other GPUs, with 8 gigabytes, this is what you're going to be playing with. So this is pretty, this is almost like almost a tutorial on how to get good performance, make it look good, and not have everything implode. And it's interesting, you can go with High+RT, and it looks great. Whoa, bro, chill. It looks great, but yeah, you just got to be very careful with that VRAM, because here we're getting up there. It's not enough to cause problems, though. If you throw on scaling, it actually does become a problem because you exceed your VRAM. Bruh. Okay, so we're a little under 60. So if you want to go for what I call high FPS gameplay, there is a way, and you just turn off RT. And again, it's not that RT is a problem. This clearly it has the chops. We're getting almost 50, almost 60 static with RT on high. It's literally not a problem. It's just totally fine with it. It's just VRAM. I think we're just hitting a VRAM problem. So then here, what you can do, you know, you can go like this. You can turn up this car, like I said before, high with extreme car. Give me that car. The car looks really good on extreme. And look at that. Yeah, you lose the environmental RT, but who cares? It does look very good. Let's stop here. I want to see if DLSS in the city makes any difference. It's just not working as intended. So we're at about 95. Okay, we'll just quickly pop on here. We'll finish up the video here after I do this. DLSS. I mean, we have the VRAM now. We should be okay, in theory. Either that or there's something wrong with these drivers. It is giving a little bit more performance. So it is kind of worth it. And you can't tell the DLSS. On a 1600p screen, balanced DLSS, you'll be able to tell it's on, especially in motion. There was nothing I could do. Especially in motion, you're not going to be able to tell the difference. So I actually find that because you get a little bit of smoothing almost, it almost stabilizes some of the fine lines in the distance with DLSS on. It's interesting. But you got to get that VRAM down. So this is how I'm going to play on this laptop, and this is my laptop. This is my laptop. This is not a loaner. It's not a temporary unit that I'm just playing with. This is my actual laptop. So this is how I'm going to be playing. I turn everything to high preset. I turn up the car stuff because I want to be able to see this nice Mitsubishi Lancer. Put it up all to extreme because I want to look real dope. And then I throw on a little bit of scaling just to get that extra performance. You can throw on high RT, and it's also a very good performance. Like, it was around 60. You can go with a high preset, and you can turn your car into extreme. You could fiddle with this stuff, and, you know, find a setting that maybe something you want to look better, tweak it, and, you know, get that VRAM down. But here, you know, I get this beautiful car. Everything else looks good. It's fast enough motion you can't tell, and it's just performing well. This is no scaling, by the way. Interestingly, a little bit of DLSS actually makes these like uneven lines that seem to be a little bit aggressive. Don't look at the lines when you're driving. I was just about to point. When I'm driving and I don't have DLSS on, I notice a little bit of line instability up here, just a little bit. And when I throw on just a little bit of DLSS, it doesn't seem to affect the performance like at all. I don't think so, but it does make those like weird lines become static. The game's not out yet until tomorrow. It's pre-launch. Maybe NVIDIA will fix some of this stuff. Like, this could actually be a little bit of a driver thing. Like, the fact that these lines are a little unstable without scaling is weird. Like, you may not pick it up on camera, but I can absolutely see it. All these fine lines in the distance, they look funny. It was a long video. It was supposed to be a short video, but it turned into a long video because it was almost like a tech demo for this laptop and 5070 laptops and VRAM. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to play for a little while, just in the same area because I can't leave this area because I'm doing more testing. And I'm now comfortable with the performance here. But it runs very well on the 5070. It runs very well on the Legion 5, which is the little like super budget thin boy. And you can use, you know, lower performance. You can use lower performance amounts, performance modes, that kind of stuff, and get away with it. Just be aware of VRAM. Once the 12 gigabyte version of these laptops comes out in the 5070, it might be a really good pick because we're clearly hitting a VRAM limit in this game. I noticed it in Pragmata. I noticed it in Resident Evil Requiem. We are far, far, far beyond the era where, you know, VRAM matters. It has mattered for a long time, and it really matters now.